I'm trying to increase the RF power of a uBitx VT transceiver. The idea is to implement the mod by Alison KB1GMX. Now for that mod, uh, the primary task is to replace the pre-driver and the driver transistor with the metal can 2N2222 transistors. So these transistors are now visible. I have replaced the old transistors with these metal can transistors. The 4 metal can transistor on the right, these are driver, and 2 on the left, these are pre-driver. After replacing the transistors, we have to change the emitter resistors. That is also done, and I have implemented a fan also to cool down the MOSFET, and also these drivers get warm during the operation, so they also need some kind of cooling. So this 2 fan does the work. Then comes the this is our RF voltmeter. We will measure RF voltage here, and then we calculate out the power. Both CW and voice mode we will check. And another thing is that I'm supplying the output final transistor with different voltage, approximately 20 volt. So rest of the micro VTX circuit will run at 12 volt, but the MOSFETs will run at 20 volt. So to increase the voltage from 12 volt to 20 volt, I'm using a DC to DC step up converter, and this is the main power supply which is supplying 12 volt DC to the system. Using this multimeter we will measure the current. This will measure the current through the MOSFET, and this will show the voltage on the MOSFET, how much voltage. For the micro VTX receive part and main circuitry, it is 12 volt, but for the MOSFET it will be 20 volt. I will put it on 20 volt. So let's start. First of all, we will turn on the supply. The supply is on, micro VTX is on. Okay, now the output is connected to a dummy load with a RF voltmeter. This is the RF voltmeter. Now currently the current to the MOSFET is 0. So in the CW mode, let's check the CW. I will measure for 20 meter band only, because this is the band where I operate. Okay, this is showing the voltage on the MOSFET exactly on 20 volt. RF voltmeter currently at 0, and current to the MOSFET is also 0. Now if I press the CW key, okay, let's see the RF voltmeter. It's 35 volt. Again 35 volt. So on CW we are getting 35 volt on RF voltmeter. So we'll calculate out that how much power is there. And let's now I will check the SSB. I'll change the mode to SSB. Change mode and take USB. Okay. Now hello, hello, hello. Oh, oh, again approximately 35 volt. So now we need to find out how much RF power is actually coming out from the RF output voltage of 35 volt. That calculation we need to do. Now to find out the actual RF power, our RF voltmeter voltage was 35 volt. This is measured voltage, VM. and RF voltmeter have a diode, and that diode has some drop, so that drop is 0.5 volt. So the total voltage will be like say Vp 35 plus 0.5 equal to 35.5 volt. Okay, so 35.5 volt. Now from the Vp we need to calculate out the power. So we need to first calculate the RMS value. So Vrms equal to Vp by root 2, that makes 35.5 divided by 1.4142, 1.4142, that makes 35.5 divided by 1.4142, that makes 25.10 25.10 volt. Now we need to find out the P, the power. The power is Vrms square by 50, because our antenna system is a 50 ohm, that makes 25.10 square by 50. How much? 25.10 square equal to 630 divided by 50, 12.6. So the final output power is 12.6 watt. Now I'm getting this much output power after doing the mod by Alison and increasing the voltage to the final amplifier. Initially, before the mod, the power was approximately 3.5 watt in 20 meter. Now it is 12.6 watt. So that makes 4 times increase in the power. So this is definitely a success. But what I have seen is that the driver and P drivers are running hot. I'm a bit worried that if they are going for a thermal run or something, but we can only tell with time. But one thing is sure, this mod need a fan. That fan cooling must be present always. This is the only thing. So we need to put the fan, and we need to put some fan speed control mechanism, so that fan comes into high speed only when I'm talking or sending for long duration. Otherwise fan will be running on low speed. So some kind of fan control mechanism need to be implemented. Currently what I will do, I will just use a voltage adjuster to control the fan speed manually. That's all. But the mod is a success.